Good afternoon, 6-4 Owls. Mr. Hagedorn here with our math update. Couple quick team announcements. Again, the last day of school is June 27th. That Monday is the last day of school. Also wanted to say June 15th, the day before we give the EOGs, we will be keeping your students' Chromebooks in school so we can have them charged and make sure they are all ready to go for EOG. So we will keep them June 15th. And then we'll also keep them June 16th because we have those EOGs the following day. And then they'll have them back that Friday once they finished up their EOGs. All right, so again, we'll keep those Chromebooks June 15th and June 16th in our classrooms. They'll be locked up and safe. All right, as far as math, this week we worked on the released EOG just to see kind of what were some student strengths, what were some students' weaknesses. And then next week we will be doing some EOG review. We'll be meeting in small groups to work on some of those weaknesses that kids showed on the release test while other kids are working independently on some EOG review. So that'll be what our week looks like next week. Have a great weekend. See you guys Monday.
Hi, Owl families. This is Mrs. Pedersen with your ELA updates. I would like to remind you again, June 27th is our last day of school, and we will collect Chromebooks on June 15th. And if you could please make sure that your student comes to school on the 15th with their Chromebook and also their Chromebook charger, that would be very helpful to us so that we can have those charged and ready to go for EOG testing on June 16th and 17th. This week in ELA, we are continuing our work on literature circle novels. Monday, we're doing a really fun activity in groups. Monday and Tuesday, we'll be in groups working on our analysis of our protagonists for our selected literature circle novels. So continue reading those novels and making sure that your kids are reading those novels at home. And then the rest of the next week, we're going to be doing some practice passages and some reviewing for our EOGs. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Hello, Owl families. Mr. O. This week in science, we've been focusing on what was not a planet in our solar system. And then we started focusing today on comparing different planets in our solar system and comparing them to Earth. And next week, we are going to break into small groups and pick a planet and build an amusement park based on the characteristics and things that are featured on those particular planets. If you did not hear, the last day of school is June 27th. We are collecting Chromebooks on Wednesday the 15th for EOG testing on the 16th and 17th, which is really exciting. Hope you have a great weekend.
Really exciting. Okay, so hold the phone. Couple of things. Here comes Miss Johannes. We'll be done in 2 minutes. So a couple of things that are happening. First of all, when those Chromebooks come in, most of them have been named, like there's names on them that we've stuck on it. But if not, we're going to make sure we have some, that was upside down, note cards that are on them that you can slide into the case that they have so that names are on them. But we probably also want to put a piece of tape. Maybe you could do this at home that has on it the power bar. So this power bar, a lot of them came with names on them, but the kids have picked them and they've gone. So we want to make sure that both the computer and the power cord has your student's name on it, because those are going to need to come back to them, and we don't want to get lost, especially because they'll need those computers in 7th grade. So in social studies, we are continuing our unit on medieval, Renaissance, and the Reformation times. We finished our conversation around the medieval times, and we've transitioned into the beginnings of the Renaissance. And that's what we've been working on the last few days, is how the Renaissance started, what a patron was, what was important about Florence, and why was the Renaissance kind of happening. Next week, we're going to focus in on individuals within the Renaissance. So they're going to be looking at people, individual people. So they'll be looking, of course, at Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. They'll be talking about Johann Gutenberg, William Shakespeare, and a few others that will help them kind of understand what was important about what was happening in the in the Renaissance. And then they're going to take one of those names, and they get to choose, and they're going to dig deeper into that person's life, and they are going to create a wax museum project where they get to actually act like that person and read a little script on video, possibly in costume, about who they were, kind of take on the role of Leonardo da Vinci or Catherine de' Medici or some other interesting Renaissance thinker. So that's what we're going to be working on in social studies. If you don't know, the end of school is
June 27th.
it's the June 27th. And if you have any questions, let us know. If not, we'll see you next week.